Everybody's favorite United States champion, Logan Paul, had John Cena on his podcast this week, ImPaulsive, and they had a good old boys conversation. I did do a separate clip on John Cena's part of this conversation, so look out for that on the end cap here if you're interested in hearing what Cena had to say about working with The Rock. But as they were talking about The Rock and pissing off The Rock, it was Logan's smart-ass co-host friend, the one that looks like X-Pac, that kind of ribbed Logan a little bit by saying, wow, that must really suck pissing off The Rock. I can't imagine what that would be like. At which point, Logan's face turned beet red, where he was clearly pissed off, which made Cena go, no, really, what happened? Tell me, what's going on with you and The Rock? And what followed became really deep, really heavy, and really emotional real quick. Check out this clip.
My bad.
Must be crazy to piss off The Rock. I can only imagine.
It was a little gamey there for a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. We went through a nice stretch where we just didn't like each other. If you pissed him off too, right? What did you do?
I don't.
Oh, you pissed off The Rock?
Come on, bro.
Nah. What happened, man?
Nah, it's nothing. Nah, it's nothing.
No, what happened, man? Let's start from square one. What happened?
You know, you and Dwayne, I think were like two people I definitely looked up to a lot when I'm trying to figure out the blueprint for my career that didn't exist. Dwayne especially. I wanted to be like Dwayne. So eventually, in the same way I met you today, one day I met Dwayne. He was just as cool in person as I thought he was on TV. He's awesome. Made content together, went mega viral, 70 million views, 50 million views, and linked up a couple times. Visited him on set of Ballers. Like, I would have considered us acquaintances, at least, you know?
Kind of like me and Dua Lipa.
Kind of like you and Dua Lipa. Maybe even closer, dude.
I would say closer.
Closer.
I would say closer. We're just coworkers.
He was just great. And then, and then Japan happened. And, you know, I could go into so much depth about my remorse and the place that I was in and the faults that I made at that time in my life. And I had to really rewire my brain and backtrack and ask myself, like, how I let that happen and what went wrong in my life where, like, I thought that was okay. And in that process, I did a lot of damage. DJ was one of the people I hurt because of his mother's experience. And that's his experience to tell, and I'm not going to share it, but like I hurt him so much so that he basically wanted nothing to do with me, and rightfully so. You know, I let down my hero, and he requested that I remove all the content we've ever done together and basically kicked me to the curb. I would have done the same thing. Guy in his position doesn't want to be affiliated with a person who did something as reprehensible as that. And I remember it being such a low moment because, like, I knew I let myself down. I knew I let my fans down. I knew I let my family down. But my idol too, it's not like he did anything wrong. It's just like, I think my ego told myself that I'm going to fucking remember that. And if I ever become great one day like you, I'm going to remember this. And I'm going to remember the way I was discarded. And again, rightfully so. But I don't think I've ever been really able to, like, truly let go of that. And I got a lot of stuff to work through, I think, in terms of that. And I'm not even sure, like, where to go from here in terms of reconciliation. I think part of it is I fucking hate myself for letting him down. And it's like that anger that I have, even just against myself, was turned into this drive that I told myself, I'm gonna be so successful that I don't need your approval or validation or acquaintanceship. I'm gonna do this on my own, with or without you by my side.
This right here is why I've said in previous videos that I think Logan has a good heart and that he's a good person deep down. He's just a douchebag that does dumb shit. This is it right here. This is why I say that. Look how vulnerable Logan is. Look how sensitive of a boy he is. He's just a sensitive little boy is all he is. He's a young greenhorn little kid with a huge ego, a chip on his shoulder, a whole lot of trauma and weird shit going on in his life, but also a big heart, a desire to prove people wrong, to be the best, to work harder than everyone. Like, he's a deep guy. For as much as he's a jock bro douchebag and people like to dismiss him as that, there's a lot of layers to this guy. He's fucked up, but I think he's a good dude overall. Like, I think if you can get past the jock bro douchebaggery, I think you can have real, like, heart-to-heart, deep conversations with this guy. He's able to get philosophical, get personal, get vulnerable, to understand vulnerability. Like, him and his friend X-Pac, they're like, they seem to be like, man, they have really intimate conversations, and not intimate like sexy conversations, but like they open up to each other, you know, like bros should, honestly. But like, I see that side of Logan, and maybe not everybody sees it often. And I don't know the guy personally. Maybe it's all an act. Maybe he is a douchebag more. Maybe there's, I mean, look, the NFT scandal, right? And then that Japan segment that he, you know, referenced there. For those of you who haven't seen it, I debated putting a clip here, but why? What's the point? But you can find it out there. There's video evidence. He's just a young YouTuber adventuring out in Japan, and he stumbled across this, you know, the infamous forest in Japan where everybody hangs themselves. So it's a big thing over there. And he thought it would be funny to do a video walking through the forest and make light of it, make a little bit of a mockery of it. And upon doing so, they also stumbled across a real-life dead body hanging there that was presumably undiscovered up until then. That's out there. And boy, that gave Logan a lot of shitty PR, because he was a pretty well-liked, prominent YouTuber and Vine guy or whatever before then. And then that was kind of like a lot of people separated themselves from Logan. You know, he was just kind of breaking out and really hitting his stride into the mainstream as a social media influencer. And like he said, working with The Rock, did a couple videos with The Rock and stuff, and then all of it gone. And I don't blame The Rock, because, well, why would you want your name associated with some internet douchebag doing stupid, ignorant meathead shit that's controversial and getting him in trouble out on the internet? Do you really want people to have all that rage and then scroll down 3 videos and see a video with The Rock? Because in a couple days, some cancel culture motherfucker is going to pop on Twitter and be like, The Rock supports this Japanese suicide forest guy person's videos. You know what I mean? I don't know what they'd say. They probably got blue hair or something. But you get the point. It would happen. So Rock had to distance himself from that, because he's got to look out for his career. He's a brand. I don't blame him for that at all. And neither does Logan. But Logan seems... boy, that fucked him up in a lot of ways that I don't think he's sorted out yet. And that's what's so fascinating, isn't it? Because you saw that right there. He got emotional. He got mad when his homie brought it up. And then he got sad and teary-eyed, and he confided and opened up to John. John hit him with a little bit of hard truth that it was a little bit tough to swallow. Man, what a fascinating entertainment, isn't it? I was going to say fascinating television, but it was podcasting, YouTube. It's great. It's great, great entertainment, a great interview, worth that in itself, that last half hour. I picked out some of the highlights of it, but, you know, it gets a little bit deeper than that. So I recommend checking all that out. Link in the description down below. I do urge you guys, I've always been a supporter of Logan Paul because I see this side of him. So I urge the people that only see the jock bro douchebag to really maybe see the more vulnerable side of him, kind of cut him a little more slack. I'm not saying be his fan or anything, or even let him just, have free reign douchebaggery. But at the same time, maybe think twice about how you think of him on a surface level. There's more there to everybody. Everybody's more than just what meets the eye, like a fucking transformer, right? But he's particularly a deep one, and particularly a troubled one, which because he's so hot-tempered and clearly capable of violence and has a large platform, we could see that explode some point during the WWE career too. A backstage fight, altercation, him saying the wrong thing online, doing something controversial. He is a controversial personality. He's going through it now with the NFT scam. I was going to do a separate clip on that, but essentially, the CoffeeZilla. I covered it actually in the back catalog. CoffeeZilla did a whole segment on Logan, and then just recently did a follow-up basically saying Logan has promised to refund people that want a refund, but they only have a certain amount of time to do so. Otherwise, fuck you. So, yeah, he's shady, but there's a heart in there too. So I try to look for that side in people and give them the benefit of the doubt. Sometimes, some people are douchebags too, but that's all I got to say about that. Check it out. I'm going to go ahead and quit recording now. I am at the end of my recording list, so I got to do the outro thing still, but for the full length pod, if you're listening to that. But other than that, then I'm going to probably, I'll probably edit a little bit, but then I'm going to watch me some Royal fucking Rumble, baby. Because as I record this, it is not quite Royal Rumble time yet. We're a couple hours away from the Rumble. I'm excited to see how it goes. Our boy Logan Paul will be there. Will our boy Cena be there? You already know. I don't know yet. That's the magic of the internet. Peace, love, and pizza. I am your boy Seth Grimes, and we'll catch you in the next video.
Oh yeah, thanks for checking out the video. Yeah, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like it if you liked it. Yeah, and you can check out full episodes each and every Sunday right here on the channel. Oh yeah, dig it.